1 pitch. A swing and a drive to deep right, away back, goal!
And with that hammy call, it is time for another episode of a Swing and a Drive podcast, part of the Press Play Podcast Network. I am your host, Mike Voorhees, and alongside me, as always, the best sidekick money can buy, Brent Spillin. What is going on, B-Spills?
Best sidekick, huh? What if you're my sidekick?
I'll be your sidekick. I don't care.
Money. So you're paying for me to? Is that what you're saying? The best money to buy?
Aren't we being paid? Oh, we're doing this for free?
You just said you have to pay for me?
Yeah,
Anyways.
you know, you're not free. What's up, B-Spills?
Anyways, sorry, hold on. Hey, man, Mike, I'm doing well. 18-14. 18-14.
What a difference a week and a half makes since we recorded last.
Our Cleveland Indians are in second place, but by one game. Dude, how you feeling right now about this team?
You know, I was great until the no-hitter the other night. I'll be honest, like I was on board. This team swept Kansas City in Kansas City. We took the series against the White Sox. I'm like, oh my goodness, this team could be catching fire. And then the Reds come to town, and the first game of the series, we get no hit by MLB journeyman left-handed pitcher Wade Miley.
Yeah, I know that was disappointing, but
It's our second time being no hit, and we haven't even hit mid-May yet.
yeah, it was like the second time in like 21 games, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some history there. That's the first time in the Indians' history that's ever happened, twice in one season. It's the first time Tito, as a manager, has ever been no hit, which I guess that's kind of surprising to me.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, twice. I mean, to have a team be no hit twice in one season, I mean that sucks. That basically tells you that the pitching nowadays is incredible.
Yeah, let me read this from Mandy Bell here real quick. Just to give a
Indians
little
beat
history.
reporter. Yeah.
Yeah, from MLB.com. She wrote, according to the Elias Sports Bureau, the Indians are also the third team in MLB history to be no-hit twice within its first 31 games of a season, joining the 1917 White Sox and 1884 Pittsburgh Alleghenies of the American Association. They are also the eighth team all-time to be no-hit twice in a single season in a span of 21 games or shorter.
That's just incredible.
But Mike,
yes, B-Spills.
I know you're upset. Remember that I just talked about that 1917 White Sox?
Yeah.
Team? You know what they did that year?
Did they win the World Series?
They did. They had a record of 154. Still a club record, 100 wins for that team.
Wow. Okay.
They faced the New York Giants, and they beat them in 6 games.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, I'll be honest. So when we last recorded, we'll give a little backstory here. I had gone up and watched the Indians-Yankees game, Shane Bieber versus Garrett Cole. Indians lose that game. The offense was so anemic.
Yeah, we talked
lost
about that.
The series. Yep, we lost the series to the Yankees. And I flat out said that this team was in shambles and then what happens? We talk about the offense, and then White Sox, we take the series from them.
No, we took the series. We took 2 out of 3 out of Minnesota.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Minnesota. So we got the Twins.
Then we took 2 out of 3 out of White Sox, swept Kansas City in 4, no hit again, and then beat Cincinnati the day after, and then no game yesterday because of rain.
Yep, it rained. I mean, we had a monsoon yesterday.
So, Mike, you're always prisoner of the moment.
Yep, I am.
And it's 162 games.
It is, man. But I'll be honest. I'm shocked that the Indians are 4 games above 500.
Yeah. So why are you so upset right now still about this no-hitter?
Just because Wade Miley is, to me, he's not an elite pitcher. He's bounced around the league. Both the pitchers that have no hit the Indians are basically guys that are trying to resurrect their careers, and we make them look like they're elite Cy Young award-winning pitchers. Like, come on. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Carlos Rodon. I mean, he's having a phenomenal season this year. I know his earned run average is less than 1. I think it's like 0.63, which, I mean, that's unheard of. And then Wade Miley. I mean, Wade Miley's bounced around the league for years. Friday night, we just couldn't get a hit. I mean, he was working the strike zone, changing speeds. I mean, location was on point. Indians just they hit the ball well. It was just right to Cincinnati, just right to the fielders. Your boy Tyler Naquin hits a home run.
Telling you,
he'd look really good in center field, by the way.
yeah.
That's just
I mean,
how
Naquin,
I
he
feel.
didn't have a home run in that game. He had the home run.
No,
in the game
he had it
Indians
on
won.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, the Indians, we're still the worst in Major League Baseball with a 210 batting average. As a team, we're hitting 210. That's awful.
Dude, let me focus on the positive here. You're talking about that no-hitter.
Yeah.
I want to just back up a second.
Yeah.
So, who was on the mound for the Indians that night?
Zach Plesac.
Yeah. We know he wanted his box score.
He went 8 innings.
Yeah, 8 innings, 3 hits, no walks, no runs, 7 strikeouts.
Do you want to know something else about Zach Plesac in that game, Beast Bills?
Yeah, go ahead.
His fastball was anywhere between 94 and 97 miles an hour, which is the hardest he has thrown this year.
There we go, dude.
Really good. The game was scoreless going into the 9th inning, and the Indians imploded.
It's, you know what? It's okay. That was a weird game. Clase gave up his first run of the season.
He gave up 3 runs. 3 runs that game.
2 earned.
Yeah.
Think about that. We'll back up that game. If you didn't get a chance to see that game or hear about it, yeah, I did. It was weird. Clase, he gave up a hit that hit off him. The batter hit him, and it ricocheted, so a guy got on. Then the next play, it was like a grounder. He's going to second. Nobody was there.
No, that was
Nobody
unbelievable.
Covered.
Yeah,
so
because
I can't
he
get
had a
mad at him
chance
for throwing to second.
No, it just
and then
I just want to know why.
But
I just want to know why Clase was in the game at that point. It's not a save situation. Don't put him in the game. Put Karinchak in. Put Maton in the game. Put somebody in the game. You don't need your best
was pitched
closer. You don't need your closer.
Yeah, they do that
point.
A lot. It's a home game. It's a home game. They always put their closer in, and it's tied at the top of the ninth. Not always, but typically you see that.
But a closer's job, a closer's job is to rise above pressure situations and get the job done. End the game. He just didn't have it. I mean, he's there.
Oh, but listen, how closers work. Their mindset, like you put them in non-safe situations, they typically don't pitch as well.
And that's exactly what happened.
His first Friday run of the year. I'm not upset. It was just a fluky, and it just stinks that it happened to be a no-hitter game too.
We still have one of the top bullpens in baseball right now.
Yeah. And I know we were talking about Plesac.
Led by your boy Brian Shaw. So
yeah. We'll talk about that here probably in a second. If not, we'll always be talking about their bullpen because they're dominating. But I want to touch base on Plesac again.
Yeah.
The game before May 2nd, he picked up his second win of the year. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 4 walks. That's a lot. 6 strikeouts. So we're starting to see him starting to put together. Bieber is Bieber. He got roughed up a little bit. He didn't have his best stuff last game on this awesome comeback win. But
no, you know what? Speaking
like
of Shane Bieber, do you know who leads the league in strikeouts?
You said speaking of Shane Bieber, so I'm going to assume it's Bieber.
77 strikeouts for Shane Bieber. 77 strikeouts.
Is that right?
Brent, in 40.
Is that leading the league though?
Yes, by 2 over Tyler Glasnow. 48 innings pitched. 48 innings pitched. 77 strikeouts. The dude is insane.
I mean, this is easy every single time we record to talk about him. There's always something.
We might as well change the name of the podcast to the Shane Bieber Hollywood story, because we're witnessing history here with him.
Yeah. I mean, his last start, he extended the MLB record with his 19th consecutive game striking out eight or more, and he struck out 9.
Shane Bieber is really good.
And that was on what was that? That was against the Royals when they beat him 5-4.
Yep.
On May 5th. So
yep.
He didn't have his best stuff that game, but the Indians came back. Yeah, that was awesome. They're playing well, man. They are playing.
They're showing signs of life, but I think I've given them a great nickname this year. I know you and I have exchanged several texts. This team is nothing more than a roller coaster ride. It is going to be up and down and backwards, forwards. Like, I get it, 162 games. I think I would love for them just to go 162-0. But this isn't video games. This is real life.
But you just nailed it. You said it's a roller coaster ride. So what is that? What I'm going to say is, I love roller coasters. We've talked about that.
Yep.
So what do I love to do? I enjoy a roller coaster. I love it. So why don't you just sit back, Mike, and enjoy this ride? You're getting so upset sometimes. I know that no-hitter stinks. You were so mad. And then the very next day, they go out there and whoop Cincinnati 9-2.
I can't believe that. I was laughing. When I kept getting the alerts on my phone, and I was laughing. This team is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing, and it's gonna be that way. If the offense can pick it up, we've got the pitching, we've got the bullpen. The offense just has to come around. Tito's got to find a lineup that works and stick with it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. Harold Ramirez finally gets called up. We got to see the Jet.
Yeah, DJ, he likes to strike out a lot.
He didn't look good.
He's not ready. Sure. Daniel Johnston is not right. So listen to this, Mike. You're talking about the offense. Like, they're starting to come around. Since we had our last episode, that was the end of the Yankee series. They had played Minnesota. They scored 5 runs, 7 runs, 2 runs. Then the White Sox, 5 runs, 3 runs, 5 runs. Kansas City, 8 runs, 7, 5, 4, 0. When they got no hit to Cincinnati, and 9. So, and I think there's some stat, like every time they get 4 runs or more, like, they're ridiculous. They typically win every time.
Can I say this? The only thing I want to see is the Indians just be consistent. That's it. We have made a ton of errors fielding that we shouldn't be making. Like Jose Ramirez, like Mr. Reliable over there at third base. He's not been having a great year fielding. Andres Jimenez, Ahmed Rosario, like a lot of these guys making silly errors. Josh Naylor,
I know,
they got to get it together, man.
But they are 18-14.
Let's celebrate that them being 4 games up.
Then listen to that.
Over 500.
I haven't heard too much positivity from you. You gotta bring it, baby. You gotta bring it. Let's be excited about this. We know it's gonna be a little bit inconsistent at times, but who knows? They may make some moves. Some of these young guys, the minors, that season started, which we'll talk about here in a minute.
Shout out to our minor league.
Like we said, our pitching is the strong point for this team. They are the backbone of this team. And speaking of pitching, Mike, we got to take a break real quick.
Yes, sir.
Something you told me before we started recording struck me by surprise. You're talking about the ace of our team, which, I'm like, Shane Bieber. And you're like, no, I don't know if it is Shane Bieber. So stick around. We'll be right back to talk about that.
You're listening to A Swing and a Try.
And that'll do it. The Indians win the series.
On the Press Play Podcast Network.
Hey everybody, it's Sam Amico from Cavs on the Break NBA podcast. Be sure to give us a listen for all your Cleveland Cavaliers recaps, analysis, breakdowns, draft talk, free agency. The list goes on and on. Give us a listen, Cavs on the Break NBA podcast.
You've been pining, you've been waiting for Rega and Rhoda to get back together. We got you. Press Play Podcast. We're ready to go. We're going to have our podcast with everything that you want. Browns, Cavaliers, Indians, Ohio State, the national scene. Kenny Rhoda, Michael Regai back together again. Make sure you keep your ears open. It's happening right here on Press Play Podcast. See you then.
Okay, Mike, we are back. And like we said before the break, explain to me why Shane Bieber, after you just gave him all those accolades, is not the ace of this team right now.
I will. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. So Shane Bieber is an amazing pitcher, and I don't want to take anything away from Shane Bieber, but when there's somebody else on the team that is having an incredible season, you got to give props. How about Aaron Savali, B-Spills? 5-0, a 2.91 earn run average. All this guy does is win. He is a game manager. He goes out every 5 days, and the dude's pitching his tail off. He's 5-0, B-Spills. 5-0.
All right.
I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
Shane Bieber's really good. Okay, in 7 games, Aaron Savali, 5-0, 2.91 earn run average, 46 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts, and he's got a whip of 1.04. That's unheard of.
So, yes, I agree, and I love it. Right now, he's our third starter, and he's pitching great. But he is not the ace of this team, and you know that. You're just saying.
Hold on.
You're silly. You're talking silliness.
If I had to say who the ace of the staff was right now, after 32 games, Aaron Savali is 5-0. Shane Bieber is 3-2. If I'm going by record alone, Aaron Savali is 5-0.
You know you can't do that.
Let's see who. Aaron Savali is my AL Cy Young Award winner right now.
Oh my goodness, dude! You are seriously. You get so caught up in the emotion of all this. That's not you. Don't listen to your emotions right now.
No,
you got to go with truth. You got to go with facts. Shane Bieber is the man. He is the ace.
I want to see at the end of the season who has the better season. That's all I'm saying.
Are you serious? You think
Savali has looked incredible.
So after what was it? 7 starts?
7 starts. He's 5-0.
And he's got how many more left?
I don't know. Hopefully
15?
15, 17.
So you're
20.
So you're saying right now, you think May 10th, 2021.
May 10th.
You're saying
Yep.
Aaron Savali is going to finish the year with better numbers than Shane Bieber.
Well.
Yeah, now when you hear it like that, sounds a little different, huh?
I'm gonna say this: Shane Bieber is an amazing pitcher, and I love Shane Bieber. I have a man crush on Shane Bieber. There's no doubt. But as of right now, May 10th, 2021, Aaron Savali is pitching better than Shane Bieber.
Well,
Shane Bieber has lost 2 starts, one of which he only gave up 2 hits, and both of them were home runs, and that was against Garrett Cole of the Yankees. So that anemic offense really hurt him in that game. But Shane Bieber is 77 strikeouts. Like, he's gonna fill the stat sheet. I'm not saying Shane Bieber won't. I'm saying right now, my front runner for AL Cy Young Award is Aaron Savali.
I mean, okay. I'm just gonna humor you with this.
Yeah.
Like,
come at me on Twitter, come at me on Facebook, whatever. That's fine. I will argue. I will give you facts. Let's see at the end of the season who has better. If
you want to base all this on 7 starts, that's
sure.
fine. That's fine. After all, we know what Bieber is. So, all right, well, that's fine. We'll move on from that. So, some other news, Mike. Some things that have been happening.
Yeah.
In the league is Albert Pujols was designated for assignment from the Los Angeles Angels.
I was shocked when I saw this. Like Albert Pujols has over 3,000 hits, 600 home runs. I think he has 660, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the man is a bona fide Hall of Famer. And the Angels didn't want him anymore. He's in the final year of his incredible contract. Dude's making a lot of money, but he's 41 years old. I was stunned that the Angels cut ties with him.
All right. Big question for you then, Mike.
Sure.
Should the Indians scoop him up if the Angels pay like the majority of his salary, or like pretty much it has to pretty much be all of it?
So, well, no, he would get a prorated. The Angels owe him his contract this year.
Isn't he in the last year?
Yes. If he were to sign with a team right now, he gets the veterans minimum.
Okay,
and then he can get some incentive bonuses and things like that.
Oh, but the Angels have to cover it.
Well, the Angels are on the hook for his whole salary. Right
Gotcha.
But he's free to sign with another team. He'll just have to sign for the league, like the veteran minimum. I would take a flyer on him. If I'm the Indians, I would take a flyer on him. Why not?
Do you have his numbers in front of you?
I can pull them up very quickly. I mean, this year Albert's struggled.
Yeah,
I know he was hitting 198.
Yeah, I think he's hitting under 200.
Yeah, hold on. I'm pulling.
Do you think that he would be an upgrade for what we have going on right now at first base?
So, okay, here we go. I got Pujols the stats. So 24 games. He has 86 at-bats, 17 hits. He has 5, let's see, no doubles, no triples, 5 home runs, 12 RBIs, 1 stolen base, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, I'm sorry. He's hitting 198, slugging percentage of 372, on base percentage of 622. Is he an upgrade over Yu Chang and Jake Bauers?
Yeah.
Abso-freaking-lutely. He is. At 41 years old, I would take a flyer on Albert Pujols.
What about Bobby Bradley?
Have you seen how he started? Here's the thing. We all thought Bobby Bradley was the savior, and he had an amazing spring. The guy started his spring training or his AAA season. He was 0 with a bunch of strikeouts. He finally just
5 games.
He finally hit his first home run 2 nights. I think it was 2 nights ago. It's going to take him a little bit. I mean, they're 5 games in, so I mean, once he gets regular playing time, who knows?
All right,
but Jake Bauers is starting to show signs of life. I think Yu Chang looks lost. So why not take a flyer on Albert Pujols? What do you have to lose?
Yeah, I agree. I think even more so from a veteran leader in the clubhouse.
Absolutely.
Not even even if the bat's going to be the same as what we have right now, you need a guy like that.
Yeah.
With all these young guys on the team, he's an awesome dude. Everything you hear about him is positive. You don't ever see anything negative.
Did you see what happened to Mike Trout when he found out that they had designated Albert for assignment?
No, I didn't.
He wept.
Oh.
Mike Trout absolutely loved his teammate Albert Pujols and was absolutely infuriated that the Angels sent him packing. I mean, could he retire? Sure. And he's going to go to the Hall of Fame, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for him to go back to St. Louis.
The problem is, though,
there.
if he goes to the National League, Brent, there's no designated hitter. He has to play first base. The Cardinals have Paul Goldschmidt, so they're not going to. I think an American League team makes sense. A team like the Tampa Bay Rays. I think the Yankees make sense. I mean, anybody that's looking for his veteran leadership, I mean, the bat might come. You never know. He's only played in 24 games. But is he a defensive liability?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
if the Indians don't go after him, I understand. But I think a team that wants him for a designated hitter, I can see that happening. No doubt. Somebody will take a shot with him.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. And Mike, we could probably wrap it up for tonight. We can talk about
One,
next
can
time.
I want to say one more thing. Can I say one more
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. What do you want to say?
Let's shout out our minor league teams. So they're 5 games in. The Columbus Clippers, our AAA team, they're 4-1. Our AA team, the Akron Rubber Ducks, are 5-0.
Okay. So let's
shout out to our minor league teams.
And actually, you read my mind. That's what I started saying. I was like, let's talk about the minor league teams next episode. Let a few more games get under their belt before we kind of see where they're at. But
we'll
hey,
get some stats. Yeah, let's take a peek.
That's a great start. We talk about these young guys ready to rock, and they started playing. So some of them will probably be up in Cleveland here sometime this year, but at least not this year, in the very near future. So we know we're excited for this farm system.
The future looks very bright in Cleveland.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, hey, good chatting with you. Now remember, 18-14. We're 18-14. Let's just ride this right now and try not to get so worked up. Okay.
I'm gonna try the Brent Spillen meditation tape you sent me. I'm gonna be calm. I'm not gonna jump off the deep end.
The tape.
We're gonna take it one game at a time, and let's see what happens.
Meditation tape. That's what I like.
Yes,
like
that's what you sent me. Yeah, little cassette. Absolutely, man. That's what you sent me. I got the FedEx package yesterday. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm gonna listen to it tonight before I go to bed.
You are ridiculous, but I love you. And
I love you too, Beast Bills.
Good talking to you as always. Hey, everybody, thank you for listening, and we will talk to you soon. Let's go, Tribe.
Have a good night, everybody.
Fans with so much Cleveland pride. Who's talking baseball? Talking Tribe. We're talking baseball. Talking Tribe. Nobody plays harder than the Tribe. We've got the players. These guys are really hot. We've got a future.
Hello, Brooks here with the Books with Brooks monthly book club podcast. We read one book a month and then we talk about it. Books like Stephen King's The Shining or Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. If you're on the hunt for book recommendations and enjoy sparkling conversation, come read along with us and then listen in.
Hey, it's JD from the Hyman Podcast. I created this podcast to have hard conversations. Conversations that make us human but are also wildly uncomfortable. Conversations that help give voice to the voiceless and to the marginalized. Now you can listen to the entire first season on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Consider this your personal invitation to join the conversation.